NBA quarterfinals tipped off last night between the Orlando Magic and the Milwaukee Bucks. But you know what, though? For a game without the Magic's number one and two scorers, it was really cold. It was really close until the fourth quarter.
It was really, really close. The Magic could have really won this game if there wasn't some mistakes made in the fourth quarter. I agree, 100%. Such a great game.
Absolutely.
Shugs did that. He did all of that. I was like, it was it actually was more competitive than I thought it was going to be. And so when I was
Uh,
watching the game, I don't know if if anyone has listened to our previous discussion on the Magic and when we talked about our game preview for this particular matchup. One of the things I said is I'm going to be looking to see if the Orlando Magic can actually hold on long enough until Paolo comes back around the Christmas season. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Magic, they're going to be okay without their 1 and 2 stars that you mentioned. They did an amazing job against the Bucks last night. I was floored, actually.
yeah, they really did. And you know what? Their defense carried them throughout the whole game. And as you mentioned, Jalen Suggs just
Oh,
really put the team on his back. But I have to give a shout out to also Mo Wagner, who only played 19 minutes, but an effective 19. And I often wondered as I watched the game, why did Coach Mosley go away from him?
I
Why did he
know.
do that? Especially in the fourth quarter when Jalen Suggs could have used an additional scorer because I felt like everyone deferred to him because he had it going all night, right?
Yeah, but
And he
yeah.
launched a couple, threes that he shouldn't have.
Hmm.
The Magic are not necessarily a three-point shooting team. We know
No.
that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's where they lost the game.
Yeah, I was really also surprised to see Goga go off as well. I think he was an added addition. He helped Jalen throughout the game as well with Mo, and I think that he stepped up to the plate as well. He was amazing. Also, I'm just telling you, the Magic. I just am not concerned right now about their future while their 2 stars are out. I'm not. I know. I feel like based watching that game last night, and if they continue to have that hustle and that drive and Coach Mosley continue to coach the way he coaches, they're going to be able to maintain a top 6 seed easy. I think.
Oh
I do.
yeah, because look at it. The Orlando Magic, they had 13 turnovers. The Bucks had 16. They shot horrible from three. We know they're not three-point shooting
Hmm.
team. They also out rebounded the Milwaukee Bucks,
Oh
right?
man.
They had way more steals than the Milwaukee Bucks. In fact, that first quarter, I think they forced 7 or 8 turnovers by the
Hmm.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is that defense we were talking about, top rated,
Right.
and it showed.
You know what the difference maker in this particular matchup would have been an on KCP. Had he been on at the 3 point line, this would have been a different game. I really believe that that is the only thing that was missing for me with the Magic. And here we are, KCP with his measly 7 points for 31 minutes.
Yes,
Had he had
yes.
been, he hit at least his two 3 point attempts. Can he at least do that? Oh my god! I
I
think that would
know.
have been a difference maker in this game. I really believe that. That's why they brought him over. If I'm not mistaken, they
KCP
need.
has been a disappointment for me.
Yes, yes. I am just disgusted. You know what? I just didn't like his performance last night, and I just think that they really need to consider another scoring option. Now, they may keep him on the roster, but the Magic, if we're talking about going deep into the playoffs, they need to consider someone else who can be a sniper from the 3 point line. They really need to do that because KCP was supposed to be that person. And last night, if he had been that person, I believe this outcome would have been a lot different, in my opinion.
Okay, so let's shift to the Milwaukee Bucks. Now we knew going into this game without Franz and Banchero, the Orlando Magic would have absolutely no answer for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that proved to be correct. Right? He had his way. I mean, ultra aggressive. You know,
Hmm.
Giannis doesn't like losing, and with something on the line like the NBA Cup trophy,
Yeah.
especially when they went to the semifinals, I believe it was
Hmm.
last season for the
Hmm.
NBA Cup. Oh, they played like they had something to prove.
Yeah. 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 You know what? I can say this. I am not mad about Wendell Carter holding his ground with Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not mad at that. Now, Giannis, when he coming downhill, it is what it is. Either you're gonna stay there, or you're gonna get out the way. So I'm fine with that. But Wendell did a pretty good job of trying to maintain his stance against him, and I appreciated that. So
Yeah, he used all
you only can
six
do
of
so
his
much with
fouls.
Giannis.
Yeah, yeah, which is not a whole lot. You know, I'm
Right.
telling you, if Giannis ever creates a 3 point shot,
It's
he
over.
will be absolutely unstoppable. Nothing you can do. Just watch. There's nothing you can do with him.
Just watch. You know what? I was really surprised and actually glad to see that Dame Lillard stepped up with some pivotal 3-point shots during the game last night as well. And I just think that sometimes since he's left Portland, he hasn't been the same to me. And I think that him showing up last night the way he did was good to see and kind of help Giannis, secure this win for the Bucks. So I was pleased to see that.
Yeah, and Bobby Portis too. He came
Yeah,
in, chipped in, 22 and 10. I was like, oh, okay, Bobby. They needed every ounce of that.
right. Are we giving out Ofer awards?
Yes, we are always.
And the awards for the Milwaukee Bucks go to.
Torian Prince. Torian Prince. Oh my goodness. What in the world is going on? Oh for 1. He didn't even participate in the game.
Wait, and then had the nerve to be out there doing cardio for 20 minutes. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, no, but it was a really good matchup. I was really happy to see it. Again, what I was looking for, and I figured the Bucks would come out victorious. I just didn't know that the game would be this competitive, and that the Orlando Magic would be holding their ground up until the almost the end of regulation in the fourth quarter. So I was pleased with the
Yes,
Orlando Magic and their performance. I have no concern about them as they wait for their stars to come back. So yeah, and
exactly.
congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for securing the win.
Yeah, yeah. The Orlando Magic have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. I
Nothing.
think they fought a valiant effort.
Mhm.
Milwaukee got the victory 114 to 109. So we move on
Oh my
to the
God.
OKC Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks.
Baby, when
Whoa.
when I when I tell you, see, I told you I'm all things OKC right now. And last night they proved why I am front and center on that bandwagon.
Mhm.
When I tell you, you know it's gonna be a good game if Shea Gilgeous Alexander's dropping threes. I'm sorry. When he's dropping 3 pointers, you know it's a good game. It's just like, what? Was it a 3-point clinic? I couldn't contain myself. It was such a good game.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Shea
God.
Gilgis was on one last night. I mean, just a perfect, perfect game.
You know what?
39
Oh my
points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He got his team involved.
God.
But you know what, though? I appreciate the fact that although he had a monster game, he tipped his hat to Cason Wallace and
Yes,
Lou Dort in the post
yes,
game because they
yes,
were the ones who
yes.
really helped them win by playing that defense on Kyrie and Luca.
I'm like, is Luca even out there playing? He couldn't even get himself together.
Yeah.
You mentioned it before. Lou Dort will be all up in your jersey. That man's defense is phenomenal. And you know what? And the Hustle Award goes to Alex Caruso.
Of
Baby, when I
course.
tell you in the third quarter, when he tipped that ball over to, was it Isaiah Joe?
Uh huh.
And now Isaiah Joe hit that three at the buzzer in third quarter. I said,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
this is, this type. When I say everybody on OKC got theirs last night, everybody that
Hmm.
touched the floor last night in playing in that game got something, gave something to the game. It was phenomenal to watch. They were in your jerseys. They were in the Mavs jerseys. Deflection blocks, you name it, they had it. Whatever basketball's supposed to be, OKC Thunder showed us last night. I'm just sorry they just did.
Oh yeah, yeah. You always say hands, hands, hands. Oh yeah, OKC got those hands. I mean, it was unbelievable. That
This,
defense, top rated. Oh
what?
God, it's crazy though. All of their starters were in double digits,
This is what I'm talking about.
and just the amount of effort that they displayed out there as a
I'm
number one team, right? Because they could have easily came into the game last night was like, you know what? It's just a cup. We're number one in the West. We don't have to play that hard. No, they did not come out with that mentality. And I have to tip my hat to Coach Mark Dagno. He had those
yes.
guys prepared, right?
What did they must have he must have demanded that they get 8 hours of rest. You will not go anywhere. No, they had a great meal and they got great rest. When I say they were ready, ready. And that a pickup of Isaiah Hardenstein is one of the best pickups of the season.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. There was this. I'm gonna go back to Isaiah, but there was this one play that Jay Williams did. It was at the basket, and he jumped to get their offensive rebounding game. OKC, phenomenal. When I tell you that Jay Will looked like his head was parallel to the rim of the basket. That's how high he jumps. I said,
Uh-huh.
was he on springs? When I say they weren't playing about rebounding, that offensive rebounding got them some extra. Everything they did, I'm quite sure if somebody is watching the game, and I'm quite sure in film study, the coaches, the assistant coaches would say, you could have did this better, this better. But as somebody sitting on their couch, that game gave me everything I needed. Everything. If I'm watching basketball, that's exactly what I want to see every time. Oh, and
Yes.
the paint hate to see Shea Gilgeous-Alexander coming. The paint hate to see it.
Yeah, he was all in. Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness.
goodness. Oh, and funny enough, there are no OFR awards to give out on OKC. Not a one. Not a one in this game, actually. Not even from the Mavs. No
Oh
offers.
no. Did you see Chet Holmgren on the sidelines cheering for his team? Now, don't you love that? Here's a guy who is watching his team do well without him. And there's no sad faces. This is
No,
none of that. He's
no.
cheering them on like, "Oh, these are my brothers out there, you know, representing the team well, right?" He was happy for them because a lot of times you see players, they look like, dang, they doing all this without me. You can just see it in their expression, but no, not Shed Holmgren. You could tell they have really good chemistry. Shea Gill just
Yeah,
talked about it too. He talked about how they hang out off the court, and whenever you mix those ingredients together, this is the product that you get.
yeah. They are just OKC did all. They were phenomenal. I don't even know any other words to say that. Everybody ate. Everybody ate. Everybody contributed, and they did their part. It was amazing to watch. However, for the
Hmm.
Mavs, I said, "Ooh, Clay, vintage Clay, a little bit, a little
Uh-huh.
bit, a little
Uh-huh.
bit." He did that. That was cute. Luca couldn't, but the OKC clamped down so hard on Luca, he couldn't get himself together. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't. In fact, Shea Gilgeous outscored both Luca and Kyrie all on his own. And since when? Since when has Luca only taken 15 shots all game? Since when? And Kyrie 14. Since when?
Since when that young defense, fit
Hmm.
defense, because Luca's young too, but he can probably stand a little bit more fitness. I guess maybe
Uh
he don't
huh.
think he needs it, but playing up against OKC, they had their way. Had all of them had their way. They just
Yes,
did.
the Dallas Mavericks really missed PJ Washington last night
Yeah.
because oftentimes, especially in the last meetup they had, Luca and Kyrie, if they were double teamed, they were able to kick it out to PJ Washington. And we know PJ can knock down the three, PJ can get busy in the paint. They
Hmm.
didn't have that, and they didn't get a whole lot from Lively or Daniel Gafford last night. So,
No.
but I think there was a shining star though.
Hmm.
Prosper came in off the bench for the Mavs, and I was like, okay, this is good, this is good. But I think there was a point of the game where the Dallas Mavericks laid down for the OKC Thunder. They knew that they could not beat this team. They just didn't have it. They just didn't have it, and I think that's what happened too. Aside from OKC really beating them, and taking their will, I just think the Dallas Mavericks just gave up. I really do.
Do you think that Kyrie Irving's veteran stage in his career showed up last night?
Oh
40
no,
minutes?
no.
Okay.
No, it didn't, especially for a guy who's been to the mountaintop,
I
won a
know.
championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You would think and you would expect that you would see more from him, probably looking at him to, lead them.
Mm-mm.
I didn't see it last night.
No, matter of fact, there was a point in the game where he disappeared for me. I know he was there, but his presence wasn't it was like he wasn't there. It was weird because as finesse oriented as Kyrie Irving is, as experienced as he is, I just expected more from him, and I didn't see it
Hmm.
last night at all. Hmm.
Nope. And that, hey, they could have definitely used it. So
Definitely.
I'm looking at OKC with the victory 118, Dallas 104. I appreciated the good sportsmanship at the end of the game
Yeah.
because the commentators kept saying that, these teams don't really like each other. I didn't see that at the end of the game. They congratulated each other. It wasn't no, I didn't see any smoke. Did you?
No. Not at all. Not at all. And if they did it for the cameras, good performance. But I don't think that's the
Okay.
case. I think we want to see that. I'm going to compete with you during these 48 minutes, and then I'm done. Hey, what's up, brother? It is what it is.
Okay, so let's move on to tonight. We will find out who will face OKC in the semifinals and who will face the Bucks in the semifinals tonight. I cannot wait.
You know what? I'm just going. I'm just. Can I put my wish list out there real quick?
Yeah.
I would like to see the Bucks and the Knicks, and I would love to see OKC and Rockets. That's what I want to see. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but I'm really looking forward to and hoping that the Rockets get the victory tonight because I want to see them two young teams. No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Go at it. That's what I want to see. So we'll see.
Yes. Yes. Me too. That's exactly who I want to see in the semifinals in Vegas. Oh my goodness. But
Mhm.
you know what? Both teams, they have to duke it out tonight. I think the
Yeah.
Hawks are not going to lay down for the New York Knicks.
No, and the Hawks is what, and they may be on an eight game winning streak or something as we speak. They've been amazing. So yeah, no, the Knicks better get up. They better get up. Yeah.
Ooh, wee. And the Golden State Warriors, hey, I know Steph is going to be focused,
Yeah.
Draymond coming off the bench and all that. But
Yeah.
I just think, the Houston Rockets, they'll be ready. They'll be ready for them. Coach Ime Udoka is going to be ready.
Ooh, I cannot wait. Again, who's gonna get the first technical, and who will be ejected first? That's what I want to know against this Rockets and Warriors matchup. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be some good games tonight.